Linda, how you doing? Hey Jessica, thank you. Hey Jenny. Tiarna, how are you? What's going on? About 45. Hey Julie, how you doing? How you doing? Pretty good, about 45 minutes from home. Hey Terry. Hey Sasha. Wisconsin, huh? I'm going to be cutting through there tomorrow or the next day. Hey Melissa, what's happening? Hey Jessica. Yeah, I'm not doing too much. I'm working on it though. I'm reading books and I'm going to contact some rehab places. And hey Joanna. Yeah, I'm about 45 minutes from home. I did meet up with Black Girl and it is not good. Hey Superwoman, how you doing? I think tomorrow I'm going to, either tomorrow or the next day, I think I'm going to get up and I'm going to head out to Minneapolis, then cut across to Williston, North Dakota. Take my time. I'm going to take my time, head south down through South Dakota. I may head over to Yellowstone National Park, then come down low, cut through Iowa and Nebraska, and go through Chicago on my way back. Gonna party every night. Well, I saw Black Girl earlier. I got to the area about an hour earlier. I also interviewed Raven, and I could tell she was messed up just walking down the street. So sure enough, she showed up at the time, but nope, XG, I'm about 40 minutes from home. I'm learning a lot and I know better. So if, I predicated everything on being disappointed because someone was on drugs after being on them all these years, I would never get anywhere. So I'm looking further down the road. Yeah, Josh, I guess. I never said that. Other people did. It could be my phone. You never know. See, that's why I don't mind doing follow-up interviews live, but because if the quality's not there or the phone freezes or it buffers, I don't really care that much because you've already met the people. But when I'm trying to get a good interview for the first time, I don't want to take the chance of screwing it up with a live. If it was more reliable or I could buy some kick-ass camera that enhanced the signal, I would do it, but I'm just kind of gun-shy on lives. And another problem is, what happens sometimes is I'll just be driving around randomly and I may have an hour of a live chat, and then I'll stumble upon a girl and I'll interview her and it'll take 10 minutes and the chat will go another hour and a half. So when somebody comes on, all they see is a chat for 2.5 hours, and they have no way of knowing that there's an interview in the middle of them. So that kind of sucks. Now, if I do a live chat and I start out with whoever I'm interviewing and I end it with whoever I'm interviewing, that's different. You'll have the thumbnail, that's all it's about. It's 10 or 15 minutes of an interview only, and it's not bad. It's not the same quality, and there may be some buffering and it may just cut off, but it's a lot easier to find that way. So for a lot of reasons, I don't like live chats with something that I'm serious about. Okay, Sasha, I do that. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. Honestly, the way I look at chats is I'm just driving around anyway. So, if you're interested in it and you want to watch, fine. If you don't, I'm not saying it's like great quality or you should tune in, because it's just how my day goes. I think you've probably got an idea with as many lives as I did Saturday. It's nothing to have a 12-hour day. and that is in constant search for an interview. Yeah, I'm married. My wife has a boyfriend. Yeah, I haven't lived with her in about 21 years. I haven't seen her in 12 years. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, hey, how you doing, Chicago? I'll be coming back through there in a week or so. Yeah, I'm disappointed in this black girl. I would rank that right up there with running into Tassie again. I mean, I am disappointed, but I just can't let this stuff bother me that much, or they'll just be there forever. So what I do is, I go to my favorite eating spots, and it's 185 miles from Detroit to my house, and I always take Daisy to her favorite park, which is way out of the way. Like today, I metal detected for about an hour while she ran around. I got lucky, and I went and photographed and videoed the Joe Louis Arena that they tore down in Detroit, the hockey arena, because there's about halfway through, and to the way I look at it, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As I said before, I had a tour of that when it was being built, and I can remember thinking how steep the stairs were. Here I've lived long enough to see it torn down. It's funny, when you see these places torn down, you realize what a flimsy shell it is and nothing. Yeah, it cracks a bitch. I ordered a book on that. I would encourage you people, if you're interested in, drug addiction, heroin, crack, I don't run into meth. You can get books really cheap on eBay, free delivery too, for like $3.50, $4 a piece. Once in a while, you'll have to pay $7 or $8. A lot of them come from these Christian outfits that sell books. If you get 3 or more books, you can get a discount plus free shipping. So I just ordered 3 or 4 books last night. I think if you look on my eBay, you can see the books that I've ordered. My eBay name is Detroit River. It's one word. So I've been reading up on that and getting more familiar with it. It does help you understand it more. I mean, I know that these women don't want anything more than heroin. They will leave their kids, their spouse, their family, lose good jobs. And it's not even like second place is a long ways away. It's a physical and a mental addiction. It would be like, I can only think it would be like the best sex you ever when you were young and had it, not sex when you were old and had it. I mean, a 10 at 19 is a hell of a lot different than a 10 at 60. I'm talking about a 10 at 19. That's how it is. That's how that heroin is. That's the euphoric feeling you get, the way it makes you feel. And then you got the physical part of it. I mean, it's like the worst drug ever. Shit, it's bad everywhere. There were huge heroin epidemics, though, in 1895. It was a crisis. And again in around 1920. I'm going to head to cut across to North Dakota first. And then I'm going to cut down through South Dakota. And I'll see how things are going. I like photographing those plain states, particularly in the fall. And then if things are going all right and I feel all right, I might head down to Yellowstone. I've been there a million times, so I might not. I mean, if you look at a map out west, the distances are huge. It's not like it's a hop, skip, and a jump. So the difference between Deadwood, South Dakota, and going to Yellowstone is like how it goes. Yeah, Florida, man. The drugs were like that when I was down there. I mean, I have people email me constantly about, heroin epidemics wherever they lived. It's small towns, large towns. The Upper Peninsula in Michigan, which everybody thinks is just a bunch of black bear and fishing, is really got a huge problem with drugs. I think heroin's worse in the sense that you can quit crack a lot easier. Crack's a stimulant, heroin's kind of a euphoric downer. You nod like you dream. Where crack, it's not uncommon for me to run into women that are up for a week smoking crack. Patches, but it's the counterfeit fentanyl that killed like Tom Petty and Prince is what's killing people. Hey, how you doing, Red Raider? What's going on? I just passed the Sterling exit. This time of the year with school back and stuff, you just don't see too much northbound traffic, and it's kind of late for the southbound traffic. So as you get further up north here, like I'm coming up on like the 196 mile marker, it's not uncommon to not see any cars. Yeah, that's exactly right. No one wakes up and want to be a junkie. So, I mean, I'm tired, and I always think, well, I'll sleep, and I'll watch some sports center, drink a beer or two. But every time I get home, I always want to up my best hobby, because no matter what, I get it done some way instead of coming up with an excuse. Yeah, my parents were both heavy boozers. Oh, thanks, Punker. It's fun. What I hope is people will watch this and go out and do it themselves. It's fun. You learn a lot. I'll tell you what, I've learned 10 times as much as I learned going to college. Yeah, a lot of people don't like methadone. They've been on it and they said it makes them feel sick. Now with methadone, you will take care of the physical craving, but you don't get that euphoric feeling. So 50% of what you liked about it is out the window. And people tell me that it's not the same. No, never tried drugs. No, not really. I didn't start drinking until like I was 25. I'm lucky because it really runs in the family big time. My family they were a couple kooks. Yeah, most of them did come. Actually, I talked to Raven about that tonight, and she grew up in foster care. Angel grew up in foster care. It's often that happens, and it isn't because like the kids were incorrigible. It's because the parents were bad. Yeah, I mean, help is kind of a moving target. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm working on it. I mean, you can't feel too bad about it because, you got all these universities and hospitals a stone's throw away from these women, and they haven't been able to come up with the answer. So, that's why I'm trying to think out of the box. Oh, it is. I know. From what I've read, Dilaudid is a really powerful painkiller that's really sought out in the streets. They've been locking these doctors up left and right though for this opioid crisis. So I'm sure the price of street drugs on prescription medication has went up because the supply is kind of bottlenecked. I would encourage everybody to research. The government's at fault for this. Most people don't know that. Around 98, the government went to the medical community and told them that they were not handling pain appropriately. And the reason for that is because insurance companies were getting nailed constantly for these jury awards were just ridiculous. So there was enough lobbying and political pressure to get the government to blink and approach the AMA, and the AMA got on the doctors about not handling pain appropriately. There were too many people in pain. Well, now here we look, 21 years later, now the federal government is blaming the doctors for what they're responsible for creating. It is total bullshit. And what gets me is yeah, Jenny, you know what I'm talking about. Ask a doctor about this. A doctor that's been practicing for 25 years. He'll tell you the federal government is largely responsible for this opioid epidemic. They're the ones that push the doctors to prescribe these medications. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I mean, like any lawsuit, though, what's going to get them into trouble is that that they knew there was a problem and they didn't do anything about it. That's what got the cigarette companies in trouble. Spiking cigarettes and they got caught. That's like the worst thing you could do. If you just went and, told people, yeah, nicotine's addictive, you shouldn't do it, you should try to quit. That would have been one thing, but spiking cigarettes is another, and that's what cost them so much. A lot of what's happening now with this opioid, doctors for conspiracy, and they're claiming that the doctor, by virtue of being a medical doctor, should have known that the amount of prescriptions that he was writing was excessive. And I can't believe that every one of these cases would have been legitimate. If you're a pain specialist, I'm sure there are guys that have been charged out there that shouldn't. But I'll tell you, once the federal government charges you in anything, you're basically done, particularly as a doctor. You can't get insurance, no one wants to hire you, you lose your hospital privileges. I mean, you're fucked even if they drop the charges or you win in court. Yeah, Toolbag, I believe it. Yeah, it's really a mess. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to go to Minnesota. Tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, Robin, that's exactly right. Yeah, it's true. And the media doesn't talk about it. They just talk about blaming the doctors and the medical community for all this addiction, which is not exactly accurate. Oh, big time, Mark. You got that right, man. I didn't bother trying to Google it, but when I get home, I'm going to Google it just for the hell of it, about when the federal government pushed the medical community to treat pain more appropriately. It's right around the 98. No, I believe that on morphine. Yep. I was reading an article on the internet. They say that the worst kind of pain you can have is bone pain, that even morphine can't control it. And that's exactly what's happening. I mean, you have professionals that have been cut off from their pain medication with chronic pain. Pain's a very complex subject. The gate control theory of pain and stuff like that. It's not just, it's complex. Phantom pain, I mean, if you look at that, people get a limb removed and they still get pain as if it was still present. RSD, fibromyalgia, I mean, they're all like related. It's very complex. Hey Sam, how you doing? Yeah, I don't have far to go. Only thing that could happen between here and home is clobbering a deer. The old deer are in mating season now. Now this is the big speed trap here. Sunday's not a big day because there's not that many people going north. They probably already nailed the south people, but they'll be sitting right here or at the next one. It's really dark tonight, cloudy, overcast. This is actually, yeah, lupus is an interesting disease, autoimmune disease, the connective tissues. It's funny how it progresses with some people and it's dormant with others, kind of like MS. Well, you know, the way they're trying to do it now is this pill count, where if you're being prescribed a medication, they'll randomly call you in for a pill count. You know, and if you've got a 30-day supply and you've got 15 days to go and you've only got 5 left, they're going to cut you off. And it's almost impossible to get a doctor to take a new patient that is prescribed some kind of opioid. They're scared to death of it. Oh, scoliosis, huh? Did you ever have consider like a Harrington rod or surgery for that? Yeah, hips, you can get your hips replaced. I mean, they've come a long way with hip surgery. Yeah, bone-to-bone pain. There's nothing worse than bone-to-bone pain. Yeah, Black Rory. I'm going to upload it tonight. I've never seen anyone that high on heroin. Nah, this is about typical traffic this time of year where I live. This is kind of people going up to vacationing spots, and there's really, I mean, it's a good time to go up north if you've got to go up north, but it's getting older. Kids are back to school. Once the first snow flies, it's deader than a doornail up here, but you know, we haven't got into the fall color tour yet. You'll get people for that, but by and large, people that were going to go up north have already been there. Yeah, you can do it. You know, you could do the weight loss. Yeah, chronic pain's tough, difficult. I would run into them. You know, I've always been interested in photography, and I'd be down photographing. At the time, I wasn't into video too much because YouTube really wasn't around, and there was really no place to do anything with it. And I thought, well, I was kind of bored with photography, so I started doing more video work. And really had a good time doing it. And I would run into the women when I would buy newspapers and coffee at the gas station down there, and I'd see them feed stray cats and birds and then get in the car with a John. It's like, wow, they're still really very caring towards wildlife, but yet they live this life. And I just started talking to them from running into them so much, and there you have it. Yeah, no, Black Girl is a big disappointment. I mean, I hate uploading it even, but you'll see what I mean. Swamps in Florida, huh? Nah, man, I'm bone-to-bone pain. You're pretty much out of luck. Nah, she wasn't prepared to go. You'll see when I'll put the video up tonight. I am gonna check around tomorrow though, which is why I may not leave tomorrow and leave the next day. Carrie Newman, I don't recall that. You know, that fruitcake that started a channel that's legal months ago. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of people I delete their messages and block. That's why I don't like watch other channels. I don't have time. What a kook. That name doesn't ring a bell. Here I am, home sweet home. This is a really popular exit. It's kind of like halfway between Detroit and Traverse City and Petoskey and Mackinac Island and all that kind of stuff. So tons of people get off here. Exit 212. Hey Lab Check, how you doing? I just got gas for $2.31. See, they're asking $2.75 up here. Yeah, well, she said heroin. I mean, I don't know why you'd lie and said that, and say when you admit to being high and would say that you were doing something that you were not doing. Just doesn't make sense. Yeah, anything that aids pain and is mixed with sleep, like alcohol, benzodiazepine, it's not a good idea. There's been a couple bartenders up around here that did heroin and got drunk, and it was lights out. The last 5 years, probably. Yeah, I keep my eye open. That's not to say something can't happen. I mean, I know that, but I think the risk is low, to tell you the truth. And even if it wasn't low, I'd probably still do it. I'm a gambler. It's not as bad as you think down there. You know, if you're not from there and you see all that bullshit that's going on, and, you know, stuffed dolls left in the road and cars with no tires and just weird shit, it's kind of scary to you, but it's not as bad as you think. I mean, Army bitch can tell you that. She was down there. It does have its risks, but not to like a guy like me so much. Okay, for the love of, yeah, I'm home now. Only got about a mile and a half. Yeah, I know a lot of them that died down there, that's for sure. Yeah, I got this route down right here. This is the only 24-hour gas station we have open. And I don't know why. Marathon gas station. If you ever come up here, sure if you're drinking, you don't go in there and get a six-pack to go, because the clerk, if she smells alcohol in your breath, she'll call the cops as soon as you leave. See, there's the Rite Aid, and that's the Walgreens out of the behind. Speaking of black girl, here she is right here, Daisy. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to upload these videos, and you know, if I were you, I don't know what time you go to bed. I'm going to get them all up there tonight. Now, you know, I make them live as soon as I can. It's not like I'm holding back and making them all live at once. So have a good night, everybody, and appreciate you riding along. And I don't know if I'm going to leave tomorrow. Either way, I'll keep in touch with you. But I'm going to put these videos up right now. So thanks a lot. And good night. Ready to go nighty, honey?